Funding provided by Fairway Meat and Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Championships. Fairway believes in supporting the places Iowans learn, work, live, and play. Congratulations to all the schools and student athletes in this year's games. By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Here we go. It's time to hand out some more hardware from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It's time for the Iowa Girls High School State Volleyball Tournament Class 3A. Ankeny was the 5A champion. Cedar Rapids Xavier, the 4A champ. And who's it going to be at 3A, Barb? Mount Vernon, 32-6 overall, the 3 seed. Or Osage, the Green Devils, 33-2 overall, the number 1 seed. Barb Randall, Eric Braley broadcasting this exciting day of high school volleyball. And 3A should be a great matchup between a team with tradition and a team who's been red hot all year.
Well, Osage started as number 1. They want to end as number 1.
Here is a look at both the teams and what we have coming. In Mount Vernon, time and time again, they're at state and they're also defending champions. 5 starters return, and they have some players that are approaching some milestones and have accomplished some individual milestones this year.
They're an unbelievable team, well-disciplined. It'll be interesting to see how this match goes because they're ranked 4th coming into this tournament.
Here's Osage, no stranger to Cedar Rapids in the state tournament. 6th straight trip here. They return all 7 starters from last year's semifinal team. By the way, they're pretty good at basketball as well. We'll talk about that. And they have some individual talent as well.
They do, and it'll be interesting to see. One of their defensive players is going to UNI for her college career. Danielle Johnson will be somewhere for her college career. We just don't know where yet, so it should be a great matchup.
Let's send it to public address announcer Tim Fitzpatrick for the announcement of both teams.
Fans, it's time to meet our teams. First, please welcome to the floor the Mount Vernon Mustangs. And now, please welcome the Osage Green Devils.
Both teams about to get introduced. And we'll have the Class 3A championship.
It's now time to introduce the players and coaches in today's 3A championship matchup. First of all, we'll introduce the visiting team, the Mount Vernon Mustangs. Here are your non-starters. Number 2, Maddie Cranston. Number 6, Madeline Miller. Number 7, Lauren Ryan. Number 8, Brooke Ellison. Number 11, Denny Pitts. Number 13, Parker Witham. And number 18, Kiki Blythe. Your assistant coaches, Robin Brand and Duffy Calm. And now, here are your starters for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. A 5'3" senior, number 1, Jory Randall. A 5'8" junior, number 3, Sarah Romberg. A 5'6" senior, number 4, Sydney Dennis. A 5'7" senior, number 5, Rachel Axtell. A 5'11" senior, number 10, Cameron Ellison. And a 6'1" senior, number 15, Lauren Schrock. Your libero, a 5'8" sophomore, number 9, Cameron Brand. Head coach for the Mustangs, Maggie Willems. And now, Let's meet the home team, the Osage Green Devils. Here are your non-starters. Number 7, Samantha Brandow. Number 8, Addie Grimm. Number 9, Victoria Schwarting. Number 11, Summer Collins. Number 12, Ainsley Dodd. Number 13, Taylor Klobasa. And number 14, Ashley Hallback. Your assistant coaches, Sarah Leixenring, Maren Thorson, and Maddie Fank. And now here are your starters for the Osage Green Devils. A 6'1" senior, number 2, Danielle Johnson. A 5'9" senior, number 3, Ellie Bobinette. A 5'8" senior, number 4, Paige Kisley. A 6' junior, number 5, Cabry Sullivan. A 5'6" junior, number 6, Meredith Street. And a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Claudia Aschenbrenner. Your libero, a 5'5" sophomore, number 1, Jaden Francis. Head coach for the Green Devils, Brian Tabbert. And now let me introduce your officials for this 3A championship match. As assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, your first referee, Carrie Erickson. Your second referee, Jennifer Lewis. Line judges, Ted Mosier and Nikki O'Keefe. All right, who's ready for championship volleyball?
There's a look at both teams and the starting lineups. Let's take a look now at the keys for the match. Barb?
Yeah, for Mount Vernon, they need to adapt strategically. They are really good at making changes with little notice. We will talk about that throughout the match. And then they also need to protect the legacy. The program's success is long and deep, and they won this tournament last year. When they put that Mustang jersey on, they know it gives them a few points. And they want to continue for classes to come, all the success. Champions build on that.
And for Osage, number 1 at the beginning of the year, number 1 right now, 33-2 overall record.
Well, we talked a little bit about Mount Vernon being well-disciplined. Osage needs to force Mount Vernon errors because they don't make a lot of them. And the Green Devils need to push them against the wall to make them make those errors. Then they also need to use their cross-training. Now, this is a little bit of a weird key, but 7 of the Osage players played on the basketball team that played in this same match this winter. So even though the sport is different, the feelings are the same, and they need to use that and build on for this experience.
Yeah, last March they played in the Class 2A basketball final. So those are the keys to the match. And we're ready for this 3A championship. Again, the defending champs, Mount Vernon. Just legacy, tradition, so much going on with that program against Osage, who has proven it time and time again this year. Their only loss is September 26th against Dyke New Hartford, who's an outstanding program, and Waverly Shellrock as well. Other than that, it's been victories for Osage. And what a way to get this started off. Mount Vernon going right, attacking with that service ace.
Well, and Osage needs to make sure that they don't go, that Mount Vernon does not go on a run here, because it could become dangerous if they do.
Good pass. Here's the set and the swing, and we're tied at 1 apiece. Aces across the board here in the first set.
Nice down the line swing. We'll take another look at it. So this down the line shot is hard, and it's really hard to defend. Even though the Mount Vernon player was in perfect position, that ball's coming at you so quickly that it's one of the hardest shots to defend.
Let's take a look at this replay from our net camera as the attack's coming in, and boom, that's a solo stuff by a big-time player there by Meredith Street.
And Meredith Street will be attending UNI, the University of Northern Iowa, as a defensive player. So she'll be fun to watch throughout this match.
2 straight points for Osage. Looking for a side out is Mount Vernon. Osage is on the left in the green uniforms. Mount Vernon's on the right with the gray tops. Another block. A slow start with giving up that service ace, but it's been all Osage in the last couple minutes here.
Well, and I'm afraid Sullivan's going to get her head some whiplash or something as hard as they knock each other around after something good happens. It's very exciting to watch.
Beautiful attack over the block, but a nice up in the back row, and we play on. Good rally. The overpass. Osage goes to work on the outside. Right down the line. 4-0 run for Osage.
Paige Kisley likes that line shot. She hit it again, went off the blocker's hands, really does a nice job of hitting that down the line.
Kisley with 2 of the 4 points from her offensive position there. Mount Vernon gets the side out they need. Substitutions in the rotation. And here's Sydney Dennis to serve. Back row attack, and she can score from anywhere. Nice looking play there. And let's look at the replay from our net camera.
Well, and you'll see Osage go to Johnson a ton this match. She runs this offense well. The offense runs through her. She's amazing from the front row and the back row.
Johnson led Osage in the regular season with 291 kills. Pretty balanced, though, as Kisley has had 249 and Ashenbrenner 132. 5-3 our score. Here's Cameron Brand behind the service line. Another perfect pass, a quick set, a good attack, but a scrappy play in the back row by Mount Vernon. Off the hands, and that one will drop through. She just attacked that block and was rewarded with the point.
Well, and Osage is really, it looks like their game plan is to use high hands, and you can have a lot of great outcomes by using high hands. It can go off the block to the side and out of bounds. It can go off the high hands deep out the back end of the court where no one can chase it down. If you get good at hitting high hands, you can be amazing.
Osage looking amazing right now. Danielle Johnson with the kill, then Claudia Ashenbrenner attacking in the middle. 7-3 with the lead here in the opening set. We played a 25, win by 2. Good block near side. Mount Vernon tries the roll shot on the outside. Through the block, down for the point, and they're just humming right along, hitting on all cylinders here as Paige Kisley gets kill number 3 of this first set.
They are humming right along. Their block, the Osage block, looks amazing. They've touched almost everything, and that's important to your defense. It can help with the back row defense. It can help when you keep the ball on the other team's, on the team's side of the net.
9-3 after giving up the first point. It's been a 9-2 run for Osage over Mount Vernon. As the teams go to their respective huddles, let's talk about what precautions are being done here for this state volleyball championship here, as we are in the midst of a pandemic. Student masks are required in the arena. Adult masks are required unless seated and socially distanced. Rows of seats are blocked off. Players and teams stay on the same side of the court. Extra time between games for sanitization and cleaning. And I am talking to you not from Cedar Rapids like I have been the past 20 years. I'm sitting in a studio in Johnston, Iowa, about 30 feet away from my good friend Barb over there. So we at Iowa Public Television and Iowa PBS are taking extra precautions as well, as this is a very serious matter. But looking at how well it's gone so far here, as you've been in Cedar Rapids every day, Barb, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, except for today.
Well, I have been, and I'm also going to go along and tell you that when adults are seated, they have to wear their masks. There are ushers in the arena that are on them, and they make sure they're wearing their masks. The only people who don't have to wear masks are the people who are playing on the court. And so it's been an interesting thing. The other thing is the ball is being sanitized. There's a 3-ball rotation, and the ball gets sanitized between each play.
Timeout to try and break up the rhythm, and no such luck so far, as Osage just coming out and flexing their muscles here. They're not shying away from the defending champs, Barb.
They certainly aren't. They're on a 6-point run, and they are showing no fear. And this is only going to build as they continue to separate from the Mustangs.
Outside off the block, last touch by Mount Vernon, 12-3. We played a 25 win by 2. That's kill number 4 for Danielle Johnson. You get 2 timeouts. And Barb, if you're a head coach,
I might be taking my other one right now.
You've used one already.
Yeah. But you got to somehow stop the bleeding. I mean, it doesn't do you any good to wait till you get to 18 or 19 because you may not get a chance to have a comeback. And if you can get a comeback when you're 8 points down versus 17 points down, you might have a shot.
Here's that net replay again. Smart placement, catching the defense off guard for Mount Vernon. And we should mention they are without Natalie Welch, who was at home in quarantine yesterday in the semifinals. So Mount Vernon really had about 20 hours to find a solution of how they were going to win that semifinal matchup to get to this championship match. And that's hard to do on the fly, short notice.
It is, and I've been looking forward to see if they're going to use that same strategy in the match today. Maggie Willems, you see her right there with her assistant coach, Robin Brand, and their other assistant, Dolphy Calm. They all got together and tried to figure out, hey, we're missing a main player of ours. What are we going to do? And they came up with kind of a strategic 6-2 offense where it's not the normal 6-2 where they're using it today. I can see the Madeline Miller in there as the second setter. So normally on a 6-2 offense, the 2 setters would be opposite each other, but they bring Madeline Miller in the spot right next to Sydney Dennis, who's their normal setter. So now Madeline is setting for her 3 rotations, and Sydney Dennis is hitting outside for 2 rotations and then setting for 1 rotation, and it throws off the matchup with the other team, and it's been very effective for them.
Well, it's effective yesterday as they were able to defeat number 2 Clarion in 25-16, 25-22, and 25-13 in the semifinals. And Natalie Welch really ranks 3rd on the team in kills, near the top in several other statistical categories. So Mount Vernon not at full strength, trying to figure out a way to battle back and come back in this opening set against Osage that just looks dominant right out there.
They are. I mean, they're ahead by 13. They went on a run of 9 and now a run of 4. Mount Vernon needs to find a way to stop all the bleeding.
Let's take a look at how these teams got to this championship match here for the 3A title. Definitely not an easy path. Osage defeated Humboldt in 3 straight sets. Then it was Davenport Assumption that took care of Unity Christian. Then Osage defeated Assumption 3-1. Clarion Goldfield Dows and Red Oak, it was CGD over them in 3 straight sets. Mount Vernon over Union 3-1. And then yesterday, Mount Vernon, again, without one of their top players, in 3 straight sets over Clarion Goldfield Dows, the number 2 seed in this tournament.
Well, and I'll be interested to see if Mount Vernon stays with this, I don't want to call it a reverse 6-2, but this kind of customized 6-2 in the second set. Because, I mean, you got to do something to change it up when you're being beaten this badly.
Well, Madeline Miller only played in 3 sets all year long, and she was thrust into the semifinals due to this situation. A 5-foot, 10-inch sophomore moved into that setting position, moving Sydney Dennis to the outside hitter in some rotations. And that's a next person in mentality. And
well, she's done an amazing job. She's a sophomore, like you said, so she's young. She probably hasn't run the team a whole lot. And the team has really kind of bound around her. And it was amazing yesterday watching them come together in this new rotation. And we talked to the coaching staff after the match, and they said that they had walked through it a couple times. They came up with it the night before, and they had walked through it. First, they had to get the team to buy into it, and then they walked through it a couple times so that people would know, hey, who I pass next to might be a little different, or where I pass from might be a little different, and just get used to who you're next to and that kind of thing. And it worked great for them yesterday.
Not working today, and I think one of the reasons is Osage is a tough team at that number 1 ranking at the very start of the year. You just look at the 7 people they returned from last year's team, and as we mentioned, multi-sport athletes.
Which is huge, and that confidence And that getting used to the big time games and the crowds and all that kind of stuff carries over from sport to sport. And when you play more than one sport, it really helps you in your main sport. Now, I don't know if all these players, their main sport is volleyball, but it doesn't really matter because different sports help you with different pieces of the pie.
Here's a look at that replay as the attack sails deep and out of bounds. And Barb, you're speaking from experience. The multi-sport athlete from Comanche back in the day helped you become an All-American and play for the United States national volleyball team.
It really did. And not only sports, but I was in dance. I mean, every weekend, my mom had to take me to dance, and I begged her to let me stop, but she didn't. And I really do value the experience that it gave me. It really helped me with a lot of different aspects that you don't get as an athlete.
Good to be a well-rounded individual. Tried to track that one down, sails past the scores table, and here's going to be a problem for Mount Vernon. One, belief that you can win after getting throttled here 23-5 in this first set. And then the issue for Osage, not coming out cocky and confident, being like, oh, we have this, and this is going to be a cakewalk.
Well, it won't be a cakewalk. Coach Willems will make a change, and Osage will not have the same ease. I can guarantee that.
But how do you tell your student athletes that
well,
this
they
is
know. Every volleyball player has been through both sides of this. So they know as easy as it happened, it can happen the other way. And so you just have to keep your calm. Steady goes the race, and don't get too bent out of shape either way.
Set point for the #1 ranked Osage Green Devils. And a much needed point. Even though they're probably not going to climb the mountain and make it all the way back, you got to have something to feel good about heading into that second set.
That's right. Build a little momentum to get that second set started.
Osage has 7 kills here from Danielle Johnson in this opening set. Incredible. If she keeps that up, she'll end up with over 20 kills here for the match. Free ball, overpass, down, and the final score, 25-6. Osage is on a mission, one step closer to winning the 3A title, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. We'll be back with the second set from Cedar Rapids right after this on Iowa PBS.
Well, I think of Korea every day. Can't forget it.
Many Iowans are unaware there was a war 70 years ago where their friends, relatives, and neighbors fought to protect the world against communism.
Combat is not a pleasant experience. And if somebody tells you they're not scared in combat, they're lying.
The Forgotten War. Iowans in Korea.
Sunday afternoon at 1 on Iowa PBS.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. Now we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. We've been talking about Jackson.
Coming to Iowa PBS, November 30th.
The iconic picture of woodworking is a craftsperson standing at the workbench. It's the center of most shops and where you'll spend most of your time. So this time on the Woodsmith Shop, we're building a classic English-style workbench. It features a solid wood plank top, loads of clamping options, and a great solid wood vise. It's all coming up this time on the Woodsmith Shop.
Tune in or stream Tuesday evening at 6:30 on Iowa PBS.
If you consider yourself a rural Iowan, take a moment to think about your life and the community you call home, and then share your story with Iowa PBS. Tell us about you or your community's most heroic struggle or wildest success. No story is too big or too small. Share your story by calling 800-373-6306 or visiting iowapbs.org/yourstory.
Osage dropped the first point and then just took off 25-6. victory over Mount Vernon. You have to win 3 sets, though, to win the match in the state title. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. There's not many highlights for Mount Vernon in this one because Osage had multiple players making some strong performances.
I mean, it really was a blowout. And if you're Coach Willems for Mount Vernon, you just have to kind of regroup your team. And if you're Coach Tabbert, you got to just keep steamrolling, go after it. You got to go get these guys and don't let them believe that they can come back and win.
So coaches have some different things that they can do. Let's take a look at the statistics. And Barb, as we talk about the stats, why don't you think as a coach what you might do if you were in that situation and you know you're down one of your top leaders?
Yeah, so if I'm Mount Vernon, again, I'm mostly talking about regrouping because I know that we have more confidence and we can do better than 3 kills in a set. You got to keep your defense going. They're well disciplined. They play great defense. And if I'm Osage, you got to say 14 kills in a game, that's not enough, which it really is a tremendous amount. But you got to keep pushing. You can't let up.
Another strong play there for Osage. Bobinette was there, but the first point coming to the Mustangs. And Mount Vernon, we've talked about their history and looking at what they have done. Last year, they were a state champion. They have been a total overall this year 30-6 and 281 wins and only 112 losses in the 20 years coaching for Maggie Willems, and 10 of those years have been at Mount Vernon. And of course, you think about the legend of Coach Ryan and what she built with the program as well over the years.
Yeah, their legacy in the town of Mount Vernon, I mean, if you're a young girl, you grow up dreaming about playing for this team because you know you'll be on this stage. And the way the Union does the whole tournament, the whole week, it's something every young girl wants to experience. It's amazing.
Here's a look at the net cam there. Yeah, senior Lauren Ryan for Mount Vernon, the granddaughter of former Mount Vernon coach Shirley Ryan, who guided the Mustangs to 3 state championships. Also assistant coach Dolphy Kalm, a nominee for the National Assistant Coach of the Year. Kalm's been coaching volleyball for over 40 seasons. So not only good leadership at the top, but some good assistance as well, as we were able to talk to a couple of them after their semifinal victory.
Yeah, they have a great staff. It's a long tenured staff. They work really well together, and they just really do a nice job. And in a town the size of Mount Vernon, the whole town can rally around what they do and the program that they have. Okay, so that was a nice shot. You could see on that replay, there was a hole in the block, what we call a hole, which is a gap between both blockers' arms, and Schrock was able to hit the ball right between those players' arms.
Schrock, 328 kills in the regular season, only has 2 so far tonight, but you can feel this is not the same Mount Vernon team we saw in the opening set, as they already have 4 points and have that 1-point advantage. But a quick answer on the kill.
And that's how quicks should be won. That set was quick. Ashenbrenner was up for the setter. That's exactly how quicks should be run at all levels.
Ashenbrenner, 4 kills. Barb, she's just a sophomore.
I love her. I've been watching her all week. Well, for one, I really do like the pink hair. So that has some attitude, and sure. I think as a middle blocker, you have to, we'll talk about this throughout the day and throughout the evening because I have it as one of my keys in the 1A game, but you have to put yourself up there as this dominating player and make yourself as big as you can because you want to intimidate the other team, and I think the pink hair does that a little bit. At least for me, it does.
You can definitely see where number 10 is at on the court for Osage at all times. 5'10" sophomore middle hitter with the braided pink hair as well. Faked it to her, went to the outside, got a good swing out of it. Little bit of communication issue, but Mount Vernon able to get it over. Tied at 5 apiece here in the second set. Setter dump, covered up by Osage. The tip will go down. Point, Mount Vernon.
Okay, so as as we enter this second set, we were wondering if Mount Vernon will do their customized 6-2, and I'm here to tell you, they're doing a 6-2, but it's different from what they did in the first set. Before, number 6, Madeline Miller, led number 4, Sydney Dennis, and now Dennis is leading Miller in the rotation. So we'll see how that plays out.
A lot of strategy going on, moving pieces, adjusting to your opponent, adjusting to the situation you're facing.
Well, and I really, one of my biggest complaints about coaches is that they don't do this enough. They need to strategize. They need to move their matchups around. If you have a player who's getting blocked constantly, switch a couple rotations so she's up against a different blocker. So build her confidence and help practice in your practices with your teams out of every rotation. You know, start in rotation 3 sometimes, or start in rotation 5 sometimes, because there are going to be times in matches when you need to play that game of chess. You don't want to always be having the same blockers on your big hitters, especially if they're struggling.
7-7 here in the second set. Ankeny is your Class 5A champs. Cedar Rapids Xavier, the 4A champs, and Mount Vernon and Osage doing it out here in 3A. A reminder, the 2A championship match will be at 5:30 tonight, start time. In the 1A, the smallest schools will do battle at 8 o'clock tonight. 8-8. So the first set that was 25-6 in favor of Osage, this one has just
this is kind of what we were expecting.
But a couple of timeouts and things done early on, trying to derail Osage just didn't work.
Right.
Why would a 3-minute break change it so significantly?
Well, part of it is nerves and just kind of getting everybody settled down. And part of it's that old momentum that we talk about. It's hard to keep that momentum going through that 3-minute break because you're just sitting there listening to people talk. So, and on the flip side, Mount Vernon's sitting there listening to people talk, pumping them up, getting them, hey, don't worry about that game. That's over. We can't do anything about it. Let's go get the next 3.
Service air gives the side out to Osage. Ellie Bobinette, the 5'9" senior setter, on the year, led the team with 800 assists. Took it over on 2. To the outside, through the block, down for another kill.
And you can see how the blocker's hands are moving when the ball hits them, and that makes it a little bit hard to block. You want to have your arms still.
Tough serve. Mount Vernon scrambling. Quick set, down for another point. 5 kills for Sullivan. Excuse me, first kill for Sullivan, 5 kills for Kisley. It really balanced, other than Johnson, who's in double digits. Osage has really spread it out. 11-9, Osage with the lead. Did that hit in?
Yep.
You betcha. Nobody at home in that far corner.
Well, and I have to correct myself because I misspoke about this customized 6-2. They are still running it, but they're running it the same way. Just the way they were lined up, I thought they were the opposite.
Knocking it through the block again, and you can tell the type of competitor just going straight at that block. That's Cabry Sullivan, the 6-foot junior middle hitter, 138 kills, a 343 kill efficiency, and a darn good blocker as well. Mount Vernon pulls within 1.
Which is good. They needed to stop that run of 4 that Osage was on. And what I'm going to tell you is the problem for Mount Vernon is the rotations that they had trouble with are coming up. When number 3 when number 3 Bobinette was serving for Osage, that wasn't one of Mount Vernon's trouble spots. We'll see how they do in these next couple rotations.
Schrock has played really good. The senior outside hitter, Lauren Schrock, for Mount Vernon tonight. Good tip and vision to try and take advantage of the hole in that sideline, but Osage, man, there's just no give up.
Look at the way they push each other around.
It gets physical.
Whiplash. I would come back with a sore neck after every match.
Volleyball, a contact sport if you're in the mosh pit celebrating each and every point. The energy is high on the Green Devil side of the net. Stuffed. Attempt number 2 over the block. Osage blocked, but it's hit out of bounds, tooled out, last touch by Mount Vernon. And here we see that separation starting to come. Another run, as that is Meredith Street's 3rd kill.
Well, and you saw both players turned. The Osage player thought the ball was out, and the Mount Vernon player thought the ball was in.
Well, this month, join Iowa PBS for Festival and enjoy incredible musical performances from the comfort of your couch. That sounds real nice. From Nat King Cole and Josh Groban to Stevie Nicks, Johnny Cash, and Dolly Parton, Festival has it all. Visit iowapbs.org/festival for the full schedule. Yeah, we are in November. Today's November 5th. I know you're getting Thanksgiving and everything planning. We had daylight savings time, an election, a lot of stuff going on right now. But Barb, we've been doing this about 20 years. This year is definitely different, but it's awesome we still get to experience this championship for the Iowa High School Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
Well, I think it's great that the women, the girls athletic union, found a way to make the season happen. I know a lot of states, they aren't having their season, and that is just too bad for the girls playing.
Yeah, I don't want to bring up any like hypothetical situations, but how crushed you would be if your senior year you weren't able to have your senior volleyball season.
Well, for me, it would have changed my life because that was the year I was seen by the University of Iowa and offered a scholarship and all of that. If I wouldn't have had my senior year, I would have just probably, well, I know what I would have done. I would have gone to Cornell College and played volleyball and basketball, and just that would have been my course. And so it can make a huge difference.
Here's a replay of that net camera we have mounted right above the net. And that block, again, textbook, full finger extension and knocking it back as Meredith Street serving it up with a 16-12 advantage. Osage won the first set, if you weren't tuning in, over Mount Vernon by a score of 25-6. This one obviously much more competitive as we're at the midway point of the second set. The first team to win 3 sets wins the match, and they are your Class 3A champion.
Well, and Mount Vernon is lucky that they got out of that rotation, because in that rotation in the first set, Street served 10 points. And Mount Vernon got out of there with her just getting the 1 point and done.
It's a big accomplishment. It can make a big difference. To serve it up, it's Danielle Johnson, the senior outside hitter. Had 44 aces on the season.
Well, and she's a Division I level player, so it'll be interesting to see where she takes her college ball after this season, whatever happens. But she's a really nice player. I like watching her play.
Paige Kisley, a senior as well, and my sources are saying she's one of the top hurdlers in the state, looking to run track, potentially one of the Iowa Division I schools. If you can jump over a hurdle, you got the athleticism to jump up and play the sport of volleyball, that's for sure. 19-13, Barb. Mount Vernon can ill afford many more points in this run as we play to 25 here. And there's another one.
Well, and this is not the Mount Vernon team that we've seen. I'm not just going to say this year, but in past years. Usually they're a little bit more composed, and I think they're just nervous after that first set. And again, Coach Willems is good at calming them down and getting them where they need to be. So I would look for a timeout to come pretty soon.
On cue, there's the whistle and the timeout. Claudia Aschenbrenner celebrating that point. That's her 7th kill, and it's an 8-point lead at 21-13 as we head to Mount Vernon's second and final timeout. Well, relive the excitement. Share these moments with your family, friends, and neighbors. Visit iowapbs.org for archives of championship games anywhere, anytime. Maybe Ankeny is hanging out watching the 5A championship that they won earlier today. They started at 10 a.m. They might have had lunch and made it back to Ankeny, and now let's fire up that broadcast. Maybe have the volume on, listening to us, maybe have it on mute, but regardless, let's relive that championship we won earlier today.
That would be fun to do as a team.
21-13, Osage in the driver's seat here, just needing 4 more points to jump ahead 2-0. Huge shout out to our production crew here for Iowa PBS Sports. We have a crew in Cedar Rapids, and we have a large crew here in Johnston, Iowa at the IPTV Iowa PBS studios as well. Pulling out all the stops to bring you the sights and sounds from the 2020 Volleyball Championships.
This is a nice overpass. She gets, just mainly uses her wrist. If she uses too much arm, she's getting into the net, but does a nice job of getting around that blocker.
Lauren Schrock has the attention from many at the Division I level to play. Also looking at Cameron Ellison, senior Sydney Dennis, Jory Randall.
Boy, if you could get them all to go to the same school, it would be a good team to have.
They were on the all-tournament team last year. Let's take a look at this replay again. Good defense. Not giving up yet, but trailing by 6. Here's the serve. Good pass. Tip. Mount Vernon is ready. Back row. Mount Vernon pushes it to the corner. Down the line, beautiful up, tipped it over on 2. Osage, there's no panic in them, sticking with it. Thought it might have gone in the net and then actually sailed over the net. Little joust. And potentially you're seeing the longest rally we've had here today.
We should have been counting.
And the crowd realizing how special this is. Whoever wins this point will have a big celebration. Patience on both sides of the net. I think we're into minute 3, and it ends on a attack air.
I'd be bent over on my knees trying to get my breath back after that one.
Osage wins the long battle there.
So that's a tough ball. I need to see. I'm trying to see if Bobinette is front row or back row. It looked like she's front row. She could have gone up strong and tried to push that over, but it's hard to tell. You're not really sure how close to the net you are and where the ball is and where the blocker is. That's a tough ball. That's one of those you'd tell your passer to get you off the net a little bit.
Another timeout as Mount Vernon goes to their huddle. Well, don't miss a minute of today's championship action. Catch the live stream on iowapbs.org. Check us out on Facebook. How about Twitter or also YouTube? So many different platforms to watch today's championship action. 5:30 is when 2A will start. 8 p.m. is when the 1A championship will be. You can see the Mustangs storming back, nipping at the heels of the Green Devils of Osage. A 4-point deficit, which really usually doesn't mean much. The issue is Osage is just 4 points away from taking the second set.
Well, and no matter what, Coach Willems with Mount Vernon, this is what she wants to see. Mount Vernon was down by 8, and now it's only 4.
Back row attack is down for the point. Took that corner and drilled it right to that spot. 12 kills for number 2, Danielle Johnson.
And you can see why she'll be playing somewhere next year.
Pushing it over the net was Mount Vernon.
Nice rundown. Boy, Osage just never quits.
Nope, and they run into each other,
Yeah.
just trying to make sure somebody's got their hands on the ball. And they're so disciplined defensively, they don't get lulled to sleep and give up one of those easy setter dumps or anything.
And they have pretty good success at the net with blocking, whether you're blocking for a point or getting just touches so your back row can play it. They're really doing a nice job defensively.
23-17, Osage looking to serve out here to go up 2-0. Setters dump again. Back row attack. Good up. Over the block. Back row attack, and that one. They return it. Great hustle. But unable to get underneath that one. And the shoving continues on Osage's side of the net. Hey, we're 1 point away from winning the second set.
In the days of the week when they don't have matches, they all have to wear neck braces.
Think of like an uncle that comes up and just pats you on the back real hard. Great job. Set point. Osage on the left side of your screen, Mount Vernon on the right. Ball rattling around, and that'll drop. Osage wins the first 25-6. They win the second 25-17. You got to win 3 to be crowned the 3A champion. Back with more from Cedar Rapids and the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena. Right after this, you're watching Iowa PBS Sports.
Woodworking is a craftsperson standing at the workbench. It's the center of most shops and where you'll spend most of your time. So this time on the Woodsmith shop, we're building a classic English-style workbench. It features a solid wood plank top, loads of clamping options, and a great solid wood vise. It's all coming up this time on the Woodsmith shop.
Tune in or stream Tuesday evening at 6:30 on Iowa PBS.
If you consider yourself a rural Iowan, take a moment to think about your life and the community you call home, and then share your story with Iowa PBS. Tell us about you or your community's most heroic struggle or wildest success. No story is too big or too small. Share your story by calling 800-373-6306 or visiting iowapbs.org/yourstory.
December 7th, 1941.
I decided that I wanted to become a paratrooper.
My dad ran away and joined the Army.
14-year-olds nowadays are focused on homework and video games. Back in his day, he's focused on how am I going to survive now?
He believed he did his job, and then he was lucky enough to go on in life and do other things.
Tune in or stream Wednesday evening at 10 on Iowa PBS.
Did you know that the trolley in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood traveled 5,000 miles every year? Or that Bob Ross painted each piece on The Joy of Painting a total of 3 times? If you're an Iowa PBS fan, join us virtually for fun and prizes at Retro Night Trivia on Wednesday, December 9th at 7 p.m. For more information and to register yourself or your team, visit iowapbs.org/events.
Osage in the driver's seat as they were ranked number 1 on day 1 of the season, trying to end the year ranked number 1 as well. Here are some of the highlights from the 25-17 victory for Osage over Mount Vernon. Much more competitive than the first set, Barb.
Much more competitive, but still Osage is just dominating. Johnson has 12 kills. Kisley has 9 kills. Aschenbrenner has 7 kills. I mean, they are just really doing an all-around great job.
And they don't take a play off. I mean, they're just so scrappy defensively, and I'm watching like, well, that one's going to go down from out. No, it's not, because they step up. And it doesn't always show up in the stats. Here are the statistics. You see just lopsided as far as kills, assists, digs, everything, because it has been a lopsided 3A matchup to this point.
Yes, I expect it to change.
So let's wait and see what happens here in the third set. It's a must-win for Mount Vernon. They're on the right side of your screen.
So here's one thing I was thinking of I might do differently. Again, I'm not any great high school coach, but if I'm Mount Vernon, I'm looking for a change, right? So I think I would start blocking that line, because that line has been so successful for Osage. I'd take that away with the front row defense and let the back row defense adjust a little bit, because the back row defense isn't getting the results that we want.
So I know we have lots of viewers here on Iowa PBS that just wants to see but might not understand the technical intricacies of the sport of volleyball. When we say line, you're saying move your block from the sidelines and
yeah, so currently the Mount Vernon block is giving about 3 feet down the line. So it's hard to kind of see the antennas, but the red and white things, the outside blocker's outside hand is 2 or 3 feet away from that antenna. I'd move my blocker over so I'm almost touching that antenna to give no room down the line and make them make an adjustment.
It's kind of like in baseball or softball where you put your outfielders. If you have someone that comes up, you can shift a little bit to try and play the odds.
Yep. Or at least make them do something different.
Correct.
They may still be successful, but change things up a little bit.
Speaking of change, the sport of volleyball has changed a little bit since you played, Barb. Rally score, libero is a position, net serve, 25 points to win as opposed to 15.
Yep.
Change in the sport of volleyball, you're happy just seeing?
Well, it's interesting. When I coached at Purdue, we were still playing the old way, and the problem was, how do we get volleyball on TV? Because you could have a half-an-hour match or you could have a 2.5-hour match, and TV can't schedule around that. So they were trying to come up with ways to make it closer, and they've done that with the way they added the libero, which is a defensive specialist position, and that is supposed to help rallies, go longer. They have added the net serve, which in my day, if the ball hit the net on the serve, we stopped playing. So that's a difference. And then the rally score, they lengthened the game to 25 points, and you don't have to serve to win the point now. I do like it. I didn't think I would, but I do.
Yep. Each sport, I mean, any business, any individual has to look at the future and look at the past and
how do you grow the game? Yeah.
And
the way you grow the game is getting kids to watch it on TV and kids to play it when they're little. And if they don't see it on TV, they don't know what to do or how to play it or how to get interested in it. And so that was a problem, and I think that the change has helped it become more TV available.
Breaking a 4-4 tie after a Lauren Ryan serve. Osage leading the series 2-0 and leading this third set 5-4. Eric Braley, Barb Randall broadcasting this 3A matchup. The winner is your 3A champ. We congratulate Ankeny for defeating Iowa City Liberty in 4 earlier today, and Cedar Rapids Xavier, who swept West Delaware earlier today as well. Well, Barb, we talked about the sport of volleyball and evolving, but you look at the Iowa high school girls athletics and how much that has evolved, and looking at 50 years of this tournament and 30 years of it being in Cedar Rapids, and it is a different tournament. You didn't get to go to, Cedar Rapids in the big arena when you were playing.
Yeah, we played in different high schools in Des Moines, and you moved around each day. So, and our tournament was 2 days. We only had 2 classes, and we played our first round on Friday night, and then we played 2 matches on Saturday. We played the semis in the morning and the finals in the evening. And so it's quite different, and it's a way better experience that the girls are getting. just really neat how they do it now.
Well, stay connected with us, Iowa PBS Sports. No matter where you're watching from, you can join the conversation. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and use hashtag Iowa PBS Sports. You know what I love, Barb? I love birthdays, anniversaries, milestones. 50 years, that's a big time. And I think that's great that they're able to have the event this year and celebrate that.
Well, it's neat that you say that. The union is celebrating it, and they've put up old pictures around the Alliant Energy powerhouse that are about probably 12 by 18 or something like that. And I found a picture of when I played my team. I wasn't actually in the picture, but there was a huge crowd shot, and I thought, I'm just going to take a picture of this and see if anybody I know is in the background. So I zoomed in, and I found both my grandmas and my mom.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That is cool.
And it's a cool way to celebrate. You walk through the powerhouse, and you see the history that's come before you.
And I think being a current student athlete, seeing the people that came before you also makes this championship that much more important.
It does. And it's important to celebrate the history because a lot of people had to do a lot of things for these girls to have the opportunity that they have.
8-5, Osage with a chance to serve. This is Danielle Johnson leading by 3 in this third set. Mount Vernon, good attack. Going sideline to that back corner. And that is the second kill for Sydney Dennis. She's a senior.
And she's their setter. This is one of the rotations where they're running that 6-2 with Madeline Miller coming in to set.
Sarah Romberg with the serve. The block was there. Osage in the green uniforms. Mount Vernon in the gray tops. And Mount Vernon rattling off a couple straight points, now pulls within 1 here. Well, to get to this point, Osage had to beat Humboldt, who is 33-3, and Assumption, who is 23-2. And Mount Vernon had to defeat Union, who is 31-9. Clarion Goldfield Dows, who is 28-2. And just what a season it's been.
Well, and that's a great spot on that tip, just right in the middle of everybody. Kind of a donut hole spot, and it really is a good placement because the front row blockers don't know if they should come down and play it, and back row defenders don't know if they can get to it, let alone if the front row blocker's going to reach back for it.
Osage first to double digits here as we look at the net cam on the replay.
And if Mount Vernon wants to get back in this game, they're going to have to make sure they get every one of those dumps up.
Bobinette with her first kill. It's been an incredible championship match for Danielle Johnson, who has 17 kills. Kisley has 10 as well.
That's almost, that's almost hard to believe that somebody has 17 kills in 2.5 sets.
Mm-hmm. Osage leading by 4, and here's the serve. Trying to catch him off guard, no such luck. Good time block by Mount Vernon.
And Madeline Miller, the second setter for Mount Vernon, needs to quit sending it over on the second contact. She does it too much, and so Osage is just ready, waiting for it. And so she needs to, pull that back in a little bit, start, if she's not comfortable with her front row hitters, shoot it to a back row, break up the rhythm that way.
Osage to the outside. Mount Vernon returning. That one close to the sideline, might have dropped out, but if you're questioning it, you should probably just play it anyway.
Yep.
Mount Vernon on a mini run here, trailing just by 2 points.
Well, and Schrock does a nice job of powering that through the blocker's hands.
Setter's dump. Works for a point.
Net or center line violation, it looks like, is what was called. So that will be a point for Osage.
Osage team motto this year, fueling the fire. And I think when you get so close like they did last year, and they return pretty much everyone, and you get so close for a state basketball as well, I think that's
something stuck in your craw.
I'm sure there are things mounted in lockers and on bedroom walls and things fueling that fire to work and push a little bit harder to achieve.
It hurts. Getting to this match and losing, it really hurts.
Point Mount Vernon, and just 1 point separating them here at the midway point of this third set. That is the 4th kill for Cameron Ellison. She's a senior, at 189 kills in the regular season. Block was there. I'm just so impressed with how fundamentally sound Osage is on defense. They just are always in the right spot.
Right. And that's exactly what defense needs, is all you need is one player to get it 6 inches up, and then the next player goes and betters the ball, and it becomes contagious.
I just think it'd be so hard if you're facing Osage and you're just giving them the best stuff and nothing's hitting the ground.
Right. And it gets frustrating.
Another nice rally here. Back row bump. Good swing, but good defensive block right there.
They're just a wall up there. They are stopping. I mean, both players' hands were up there ready for that ball. Nothing getting through.
Cabree Sullivan is a pretty special player, the 6-foot junior middle hitter. 138 kills, 1.79 kills per set, 40 aces. But what she does blocking as well, just a very well-rounded volleyball player.
Yeah. And that's a great angle by Schrock. She didn't have a huge block up against her, but she also wasn't in a great position, so she took it cross court. Nobody was home.
And again, Schrock has options to go on to play D1 volleyball if she chooses to. What do you like about her just from a physicality and technique standpoint?
Well, she's a big kid. She is, I think she's 6 foot. If she's, 6'1", she's listed as 6'1", and she has a nice swing. She can hit the ball hard. She's got a lot of upside.
Member of last year's 3A All-Tournament team, the team leader in kills as well. 16-12 though, Osage starting to pull away. Well, you can stay connected with Iowa PBS Sports no matter where you're watching from. Join the conversation. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and use hashtag Iowa PBS Sports. You know what I love is I'm having family members, relatives, friends from all over the country that are saying, yeah, hey, good job. We're watching you today in Colorado. I'm like, really? You get Iowa? Oh, yeah, you're watching online.
Right.
And I think that's a great way to be connected, especially due to the pandemic, and especially because people don't feel safe traveling and there's just less people there. I'll stay at home and listen and watch and experience it from the comfort of my home.
Well, and I'm missing a friend this year because we when we do this, friends will text us and say different things about what's happening. And I have a good friend of mine who was a volleyball official in the state of Iowa, and he did a lot for the state and the union and the USAV and all of that stuff. And he unexpectedly passed in March. And so I'm really missing Paul Davis this year.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, Barb, as that volleyball community is a pretty tight community as well. And,
it is.
And that's the fun thing about just this time of year and reconnecting.
This time of year, we would sit at the state tournament and just watch and discuss volleyball. And he was a great champion for the sport of volleyball. And he really loved this time of the year, and he loved working at the state tournament. And he just would text me funny things during matches. And it was a special relationship.
And again, it's just a family, as we see Lauren Ryan, the granddaughter of the great Mount Vernon coach Shirley Ryan, and the tradition that Mount Vernon has had. And I tell you what, Osage, #1 all year, they're starting a tradition there as well.
Yeah.
They're good at athletics, but when the younger girls are seeing what this high school team's doing, they're going to want to work their tails off to get to the spot when their number's called.
Well, and that's what starts the Mount Vernon kind of legacy, is you get a team that is good at all the sports, and the young kids see how cool it is and how neat it is to go to these events, and they want to do it too, and so they work hard as they grow up, and you can become, I act like it's easy, but it can carry on. Tripola, all those small towns that had those great legacies for such a long time because it was kind of just in the water, so to speak.
We're heading down the home stretch here of this third set. If you're just joining us, Ankeny was crowned the 5A champion over Iowa City Liberty in 4 sets. Cedar Rapids Xavier swept West Delaware for the 4A championship. And Mount Vernon came out on fire, winning set 1 25-6 and set 2 25-17 over Mount Vernon. And right now they're on the verge as they lead by 5 and just need 6 more points here over Mount Vernon in the Class 3A championship. Osage in, just talking to them, asked, why do you push each other after celebrate? They said, we came up with it to create more energy. We shove each other. We love it. It's our way of telling somebody they just did something really good.
And to keep our necks loose.
And it just, you feed off of it. So watch if there's a big play here. On the left of your screen, the green uniforms.
They'll give each other a shove.
They just love each other. And that's the fun thing with volleyball. Like, no matter what, after each point, you get to come together and high five or shove or whatever. In some of the other sports, you might make a basket, but you got to run to the other end and play defense real quick.
Yeah, when I first saw them pushing each other on Monday, I was like, oh no, somebody's going to get hurt. But they just keep doing it, and they seem to really have a good time with it.
19-16. Okay.
Oh, must not have been big enough.
Let's look at that one again.
They have 5 points to go to win a state championship, but that one wasn't big enough.
And braided pink hair.
I love it.
Danielle Johnson will serve. Johnson with 17 kills, pacing the way for the Green Devils. There's another one. You can tell.
There's a little push.
They're sensing it.
Paige Kisley on that one.
She has 11 kills.
Nice job.
So 3 Osage players in double-digit kills. Now leading 21-16, play to 25, win by 2. Good up defensively on that back row defense. Oh, good placement.
That deep corner. It's tough to chase it down if your middle back is sucked into the court. That's a tough ball to chase down.
Well, the win in the semifinals, Coach Willems said, it was their 283rd win. Hands down, it was the most rewarding win because they're facing adversity without one of their top players who's in quarantine right now, and they had to adjust, and they dug deep, and they found a way to win to get here. Last year's champion is not giving up here in this third set, trying to find a way to force it to 4. And Mount Vernon serving it up, and it goes long. Big exhale as she goes back to serve the sophomore, Claudia Aschenbrenner.
She's only 5'10". I say only because in this day that seems small, but she plays a lot bigger than that.
The antenna's waving. That means it ball hit it out of bounds, the call, and the point to Osage. Well, I can't wait to watch Osage if they make it to the state basketball tournament as well.
I thought you were going to say if they win this match.
The celebration.
Yeah, I mean, how many whiplash problems they'll have.
Blocked. What a stuff.
That's really nice.
Solo stuff.
And you could tell from that wide shot even that her arms were pushed over the net. They were making, like I say, the slope of a roof, that angle, meeting the ball on the other team's side of the net.
Randall to serve. A senior from that libero defensive specialist position. Good fundamentals. Gets a good attack. That's the thing, if your back row can keep the ball up there and get a good pass to your setter, you got options offensively.
Well, and Schrock has that angle shot.
She likes that one.
Yeah, and it's really effective. She can hit just inside that middle blocker's hand, and it's tough to defend in that back row.
Couple costly service errors in the last couple minutes for Mount Vernon, and that has Osage on the brink of a championship. It is match point. A point there, and Osage gets the point off the violation. And Osage is your Class 3A champion here in 2020.
The ball didn't break the plane of the net, and so that's why that was called. You cannot touch the ball on the other side of the net unless it's being attacked into your hands.
The motto all year long, the motivation. Barb, not easy to be ranked #1 day one and end as ranked #1 on the last day of the season.
Certainly isn't.
You got that big old target on your back.
That is exactly right. They did a great job of handling it. They came in here and they just jumped on it. You can hear all the "I love you, I love you."
And I truly think they do. We'll have the all-tournament team for Class 3A announcement, as well as the runner-up trophy being presented to Mount Vernon and the championship trophy. Here's Tim Fitzpatrick.
Presenting awards are members of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Board of Directors. Greg Ebeling, Russ Adams, Jim Beamer, Travis Fleschner. Presenting awards to the 2020 Class 3A All-Tournament team is John Sandbothy, Regional Manager for Iowa Farm Bureau. Fans, here is your 2020 Class 3L All-Tournament team. From Osage, Ellie Bobinette. From Mount Vernon, Lauren Schrock. From Assumption Catholic, A.J. Schubert. From Clarion Goldfield Dows, Morgan Middleton. From Osage, Paige Kisley. From Mount Vernon, Sydney Dennis. And your Class 3A All-Tournament Team Captain. From Osage, Danielle Johnson.
Johnson, the team captain, finished with 17 kills. And for the last 3 years, Osage lost in the semifinals. Yesterday, they finished the job. Today, they took it a step further, winning the school's state title, finishing 34 wins and 2 losses. Only losses coming against Dike New Hartford in September in 4 and Waverly Shell Rock on October 3rd.
And now, your 2020 Class 3A champions. Their ticket was punched to get here. Today they redeem it as champions, Coach Brian Tabbert and the Green Devils from Osage.
The 2020 Osage basketball team placed second in 2A last winter. They had the fueling the fire. They are your Class 3A state champions. That is a very special group of women there.
Well, and I can't wait to see what they do in basketball. I mean, I think this could carry over into their basketball season, and we'll see if they get to push each other around in basketball.
It was all Osage in the 3A championship match as they had their mindset on winning the title, and they did just that, taking care of last year's champion, Mount Vernon. The next match will start at 5:30, and that's the Denver Cyclones and Dike New Hartford from Northeast Iowa. We'll be back also at 8 o'clock for the 1A championship as well. We'll be back with more after this here on Iowa PBS.
Funding provided by Fairway Meat and Grocery is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Championships. Fairway believes in supporting the places Iowans learn, work, live, and play. Congratulations to all the schools and student athletes in this year's games. By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.